Hey guys, welcome to our review of Star Trek Picard.
I don't know why I'm here.
Well, it's because they needed a number 1, and you look like number 2.
Oh,
doo-doo joke.
Shit. Alex looks like number
Well,
one.
now I'm leaving.
And the other, no, Joe, stay. Alex didn't mean it.
No, I did. I definitely.
Oh, God
I
damn
know
it.
him.
You know what? I'm going to turn this up
to stun.
To 9.
It's like
There,
stun to
he's
kill.
gone.
It's Buzz
They
Lightyear, right?
Disintegrated.
Buzz Lightyear.
Guys, I know this is all over the place. We got TNG uniforms. We got fucking Star Trek Online uniforms.
I brought this one home.
We got original series uniforms.
What's mine?
But obviously,
What do you mean,
that's
what's
the
yours?
next generation
Yeah.
uniform. That's like a doctor or
Yeah, you're a
scientist.
medical officer.
Medical.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Gates
Sure.
McFadden.
So, we're big Star Trek fans. When I heard about Star Trek Picard, yes, we know, Joe, you're not. I showed him a few episodes of Star Trek Voyager, trying to get him started on something.
Voyager? You started with Voyager?
Chakotay, you know? And what was the thing? You will be nullified.
Nullified.
He was saying that for like weeks after watching that episode. Anyways, guys, off track here. Come on. Big Star Trek fans, not a Star Trek fan, so we have good perspective here. Because Star Trek Picard was announced a long time ago. Oh, my point I was going to have more appropriate costumes I bought from Anovos, but I'm still waiting for, I bought the Star Trek Discovery uniforms.
So how many years
before the Discovery series came out? It's season 1, season 2. I still don't have the uniform. They need to send me my fucking shit. I'm getting real fucking pissed off with them because the Star Trek Discovery is going to be over by the time I get the uniform. Great, thanks for this expensive uniform. Anyways, guys, maybe don't buy from them unless you want big fucking delays, or give them a year to get over their production delays. So we have to wear all these. And I like dressing up because I love the universe of Star Trek. And so to see Captain Picard announced, or Star Trek Picard announced, I was initially very excited. And then me and Alex started to say, well, there's a lot of potential.
There's nowhere to go but down.
Right. There's a lot of potential to fuck this thing up. Yeah. And so I was real scared about that. I love Discovery. I'm one of the only ones that kind of liked those 2 opening episodes. That video was heavily downvoted because I loved the first 2 episodes of Star Trek Discovery. Gave those a 9 out of 10. And I guess we had a lot of Star Trek people that hated the fact that
a lot of people said it didn't
Discovery.
feel like Star Wars.
Yeah, but for the first 2 episodes, 9 out of 10. It's not that controversial. But apparently I was downvoted almost 50%. So everybody hated Discovery. I like Discovery. Now I will agree it didn't hold at those opening 2 episodes, and it kind of waffled back and forth, and ultimately was a disappointment in kind of my opinion. Canceled my CBS All Access, if you want to know how disappointed I was. So yeah, I can kind of see I was a little wrong, but I still enjoyed parts of Star Trek Discovery. So I had much faith in this Star Trek Picard thing. So re-upped the subscription so that we could do this review for you guys. We watched it just a few hours ago. And I got to say, this doesn't feel like Star Trek.
Yeah, I even could have said that. Because, I've seen a couple episodes that was this is not Star Trek.
Okay, well, that's good because now I get to ask you, who, don't fucking care whether it feels like The Next Generation or whether it feels like Voyager or Deep Space Nine or whatever. Does this seem like something that you could get into?
No.
Because, see, I think it was made for Joe. I think it was made for people that,
But I think on some of it, kind of relies on nostalgia. Because, my dumbass...
There's a ton of nostalgia.
My dumbass is oh, that's Data. It's no.
Oh, yeah, we kept asking...
That's a
Data?
That's Data.
That's Data.
That's Data.
Well, so I think that this... So I've seen Nemesis. You've seen Nemesis. Yeah. It's been years because I didn't really like it all that much. But he's never seen it. And so when we were done watching it, I was like, did you know who any of these things were? Did
like,
you know
I
this
know
is? He's
that
like, I had
one.
no idea. It's like, I didn't.
It's like Data was in that box. I'm
It's
like, that's not
Data.
Data.
And then they kind of briefly mention that it's not
before,
him.
Joe.
Yeah, but he doesn't know who
before.
He doesn't know who
I
that
didn't
is.
It's not Lore.
I didn't
Lore
know they
is
made multiple
Data's
of
evil
them.
brother, and
Does he have like drawn on eyebrows?
Yeah,
pointing down.
the
He's
mustache.
evil.
No, Joe. He looks
No?
exactly like. He just acts like a jerk. Okay, just
Yeah,
forget
I
it.
don't-
There's
anyway.
too much to go through.
Yeah,
Now,
there was. So I was like,
okay, so I agree with you that if you haven't watched Star Trek or The Next Generation or some of these storylines or even some of the movies, you're going to kind of be lost because it even kind of tries to tie in the Kelvin universe and the Kelvin movies where Romulus is destroyed and Picard is involved in the rescue effort there. So it can lose you. So then I'm like, well, okay, so was it made for non-fans
well, I don't know
or was it
like
made
it
for
was weird
fans?
because I felt bad for Picard because like in the first act. He's trying to run away from some people. It's like, hey, he was just walking around with a cane. You're making this man
He
run
runs up
upstairs.
several flights of stairs.
You're
Yeah.
getting
And he's
straight
like, I
to the
can't.
action
I
sequences,
can't.
Joe.
It's all act. It was pretty much a lot of action going on here.
No, I disagree. I think that there were action scenes more so than The Next Generation. But one thing I did like about this series is there was a lot of talking. There was a lot of dialogue, and that brought me back to the diplomatic Jean-Luc Picard, the one that will talk to you, the one that makes you. He's just such a warm. Comforting presence and feeling, especially when you talk
After
to
the
him,
first
you just
season of
believe
TNG
him,
at
and
least.
it's great. And I fucking loved him. And he basically—that's the best part of the series.
Oh, he's amazing.
Is Jean-Luc Picard. Patrick Stewart has got it. He switches it on. I feel like that's Jean-Luc Picard in universe, but now I'm worried about where all this shit is going. You know what I mean? Because I don't want them to fuck with it.
I don't want to defend this at all, but I will remind you that Star Trek hasn't had great pilots, like in its.
Yeah, no, you can defend it, Alex. You are a Star Trek fan. Let's hear you defend it. And okay, so here's my opinion. I'm just gonna give it to you out front. I think that this was an okay opening. But considering what Alex just said, because Star Trek has had some pretty disastrous openings, and in my opinion, it has some good openings with Star Trek Discovery, which then later fucks it up, or tries to take a new take and then kind of fucks it up. And here, I just thought it was okay. And I am only here's the problem, though. I'm not interested in Daj and this new female, character who, why is she running? She needs help from Picard. Do they know each other? I don't care. I just care about Picard
It
and
sucks
Patrick
because they're a
Stewart.
heavy hitter.
I know, right? It's like their new character or whatever, and I'm supposed to care. I'm more excited about seeing Patrick Stewart go on a new adventure.
Bring me the cameos.
Talk to his old friends.
I want the
Bring me the
cameos.
cameos. We've seen in the season 1 trailer
And
that
here's
there's
the-
7 of 9. I'm like, oh fuck, I can't wait because I love Voyager.
Well, here's the thing. You guys are all excited. It's like, give me the cameos.
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And you're like, it
He's
wasn't
gonna be
that
like,
good.
he's gonna be
You're
like, who's
it's
that?
not that good. You're like, it's not that good. I was like, well, it's not that good. Give me cameos. I was like, I don't know what's going on. So
Yeah.
honestly, it's yeah.
Okay, so we can see problems already with it. So the acting is good. The dialogue is appropriate for Jean-Luc, at least when it comes to Picard. But it's like the storyline. That's where I start to have
So
issues.
I don't have too many issues with what we just saw. Like the thing that actually alarmed me is the season 1 trailer that we got a couple months ago, and then immediately after the episode that's like, what's coming up in this season? And every single thing that happens after what we just watched is something that I don't care about or don't want to see. I don't want to see him make like he just makes his own version of the Firefly crew where they're going to do prison breaks. They're going to do all these things that just don't.
That's
I don't
what it
want.
Black Op mission.
I don't want him to do any of that
separate
stuff.
from the Starfleet.
Yeah, so I don't want to see any of that stuff.
Well,
And
what do you want to see? Like, if you were running the show, did you just want to recreate TNG, which is going to be the criticism? Now, Patrick had a stipulation. I will only do this if there are no uniforms and no Enterprise. Well, they already ruined that within the first 10 minutes of the show. There's the fucking Enterprise D right there, which, by the way, the Enterprise D is destroyed. It's not a thing. It's the Enterprise E. But I think it's obviously the Enterprise that everybody knows. It's the nostalgic one. So, and I guess it is kind of, this sort of dream that he's having because Data is clearly in a uniform when Data was wearing that uniform on Enterprise E, not the Enterprise D. So there's inconsistencies, but it made sense because he has these flashbacks, these dream sequences. At first, I thought, it might be a hologram. No, there's. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll just shut up.
Yeah, I could be interested where this goes. I just want it to feel like it's within the universe. When you put a stamp, when you put Jurassic Park on a movie, I expect there to be dinosaurs. There's going to be like weird things. There's going to be wonderful John Williams score. Same with Star Wars. And when you put Star Trek, a stamp on Star Trek, there's expectations that come along with it. Now, I'm not saying you can't go do something different, but I'm saying that we as Star Trek fans have an expectation on this series. And if they don't meet those expectations, they better go somewhere really good, really compelling. Otherwise, they're going to lose people like us.
This is the main universe.
And this is my favorite captain.
This is my favorite captain. This is my favorite universe. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, and so I don't want to see them take something that I used to. I will still love. Like, I mean, you need to sit down. You need to watch all of TNG.
Man,
I'll show you.
time for
Yeah,
that.
no, you do. You got time for that.
Yeah.
So watch all of it, and then
watch Voyager, then get to TNG, because then you'll soak it all in and you'll see.
Voyager first?
Yes. Yeah, well, it's because you start great and then you're going down. No, you need to start down and then you go great.
YouTube comments, tell me which one.
He's not
going
to do it.
There
Don't
actually is a
fucking
great. There's
bother.
a great
Anyway,
roadmap that
shut
tells
up.
you which one's the.
Where this review is gonna be 3 hours long. I
go.
don't want it to be 3 hours long. So basically, we've got this character Daj. She's attacked by these mysterious fucking motorcycle fucking ninjas.
Yeah.
I've never seen this in Star Trek before. I fucking hate it. Why do their uniforms look so goddamn cheap?
Because they were cheap.
It's fucking awful.
Their
and
budget's
the
real
action
low.
in it is awful.
TV budget.
She's got TV budget. She's wearing a necklace that's simply a Venn diagram, and then someone looks at it and goes, "Oh, that's the symbol for this,
that
like
was
this
really
this
stupid.
outlawed type of science that we don't discuss
All right,
anymore." It's
here
like,
we
no,
go.
it's a Venn diagram. Shut
Pick
up.
it apart. Now, all right. So she's attacked. She goes to Picard for help because for some reason, she's having memories of Picard, and even her mother is like, "Go to Picard," and she's like, "What? Okay, I'll go to Picard." And she goes to Picard, and Picard's like, "What are you doing here?" It's like, "How do I know you? Do we know each other?" And I don't know, sort of. And, and then, the plot gets pushed forward. I skipped one part. I need to talk about this part where there's a lot of exposition to bring us up to speed. So they use an interview to try to explain what's been happening over since Nemesis. It was clever, but I fucking hated this interview. She's such a bitch.
I think she's supposed to be. She's trying to get a reaction.
Bitch.
I think that
that pissed me off. I was like, how dare you treat Jean-Luc?
you treat him with respect.
treat
You were in
Jean-Luc
his
with
house,
fucking
goddammit.
respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get out.
And that's why I got mad at fucking Dodge or Dij, whatever her fucking name is, when she was dragging him up the stairs. I'm like, what the fuck? Stop fucking dragging Picard everywhere.
Yeah.
Why are you even going up to the stairs, up to the roof? She's like, they found us. Let's go. And it's like, where are you going? Why are you taking him up
you go
17
all the way up
flights of
top.
stairs?
You
For what
basically
reason?
cornered
She's seen a lot of
yourself.
horror movies.
You're trapping yourself, and poor Picard.
Yes. I was like, he was about to die in the first episode.
I was
Let's not
appreciative.
do this again. I felt bad.
I felt bad too. I was appreciative of how they show he's not an action star. He's older now. I mean, he's in his 70s, 70s, late 70s. But anyways, so. So Picard's on his vineyard. I don't know if he's going to suffer from the disease. I don't know if you know about this, Joe, but it was implied he's going to have a disease in the original one. It doesn't seem to factor in here, but maybe they're saving it for later. He's got some caretakers, and the interview brings us up to speed in the universe where synthetics have attacked humanity, Mars, and sort of derailed the rescue effort for Romulus, where that planet was exploding and they were relocating, and Picard resigned from the Enterprise E from being a captain to becoming an admiral and leading the collective fleet that's going to help out the Romulans. But after the sabotage blew up some bits on Mars and also, I guess, the shipyards, that's why everybody's pissed. The Starfleets were like, well, fuck Romulans now. Let's just protect our own, which doesn't really seem like Starfleet would do that. Mm-hmm. And then she's all talking about, why should we give our resources to helping some people believe the Romulans don't need our resources. Like, this is Star Trek. You have replicators. What the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking
this
about?
isn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense within the universe. It's like, look, I get that you're trying to have a topical message because it was one of the things that he wanted to have. Is he wanted to have a message that was important, but it doesn't fit within universe. This is one of the things we talked about. We have you and I have this expectation where it's like, this is not Star Trek. You may not care because you haven't seen it, but it's like you see something like that. It's like I don't buy it.
I don't buy that for a second. Okay, so I guess they're trying to make some point about refugees or
helping people. Helping other people.
I don't know. Okay, but what I really did appreciate is I appreciate all the scenes with Data and Brent Spiner, who's a great actor, and you could just feel
him from Independence Day.
The rapport between he doesn't. He knows Data.
You called him Data. He doesn't know it.
Fucking knows Data. All right, so the rapport.
We're gonna paint you.
All right,
gold.
you know what?
Go.
Y'all take it. Take over, Alex, please.
All those scenes with Brett Spinner were incredible. I think that they clearly have a rapport. It worked really well here. It reminded me of some of the stuff from TNG. They sit down, they have tea, they're playing poker. They do all sorts of things that I really liked.
And he said, he was like, I know the game's over, but I don't want to stop playing because I don't want it to end.
He doesn't want the game to end.
What does that mean?
What do you mean that? What does that mean? Come on.
He just wants
You
to
don't
hang
know.
out.
You
knows
don't
he's
need to have
dreaming.
seen Star
He just wants to
Trek.
hang out with them?
Yes, he wants to hang out with them because he's
And
gone.
continue
He's
his
dreaming
life.
about
He
his
was
friend.
gone. I didn't know he was gone.
Well, yeah,
Right.
well,
God
he's
damn it,
gone.
That's right.
Yeah, I was like, you know what I mean. I was like, no, I don't
All
know
right,
what I mean.
this is for niche fans, and when you're making a series for fans that are so specific, and then you give them nothing like the rest of what they watch.
Oh, he
It's
did?
like a kind of a
My
slap
bad.
in the face.
Yeah, and then also don't watch Nemesis.
I respect
'cause
you
it's
want to
not
do
good.
something different, Patrick, but at the same time, this is Star Trek, and this is kind of like what we want and what we. So it's like, all right, well, I'm along for the ride because you're a great actor and a good person, but I gotta say I wasn't very excited about this
So you're saying-
storyline of synthetics. So they banned all synthetics. Obviously, you can't create Data because he's such an advanced machine. Even humanity tried to recreate Data, Joe. This is another thing that you wouldn't know. They make mention of Maddox, the
Because
science.
they pulled
Bruce
out
Maddox.
somebody from the drawer. I was like, hey.
They pulled him out of the drawer, and it's like that. Yeah.
Hey, I know
But
that
so
guy.
they can't make them as advanced as Data, but they do have synthetics in this universe. I guess they're less advanced that attack Mars, and so there's gonna be some kind of storyline there. Who controls these androids? Maybe it's a plot by the Romulan faction. Tal Shadar. What was the
Let's
rebel
not summon
faction
any
of Romulan?
demons right now.
Would you guys stop interrupting me while I try to explain the plot to this? All right, you know what?
Sound like some
Fuck
Latin.
it. I appreciated the performances. I appreciated, trying to do something new, but I'm just not very on board, kind of
No pun
feeling like.
intended.
Right. I'm in it purely for Patrick Stewart and all of the eventual cameos, which they've already ordered a season 2.
Yeah.
And he already extended an invite to Whoopi Goldberg on her show, The View. And so I'm sure we're going to see more. I want to see Beverly Crusher. I want to know what the hell happened there, why these two never hooked up, or what they did hook up.
It was a memory because he
was
didn't want to. He didn't want to take his friend's spot, even though he should have
Whatever.
taken his
He
friend's
should have
spot.
taken his spot. Anyway.
So would you say this is worth your CBS access?
Okay.
There was clearly
So,
commercial
Joe.
breaks in this show, by the way. That if you don't pay extra, you're gonna watch it with commercials. Which
Yeah,
is
what the
unacceptable.
fuck was that? That's something I'm not used to. I don't remember commercial breaks when I was watching season 1 and 2 of, but now there's tiers of commercial. Like you can get one without commercial. I'm like, what the fuck? They're doing the Hulu stuff. Oh my god, goddamn CBS All Access. This is just
This is making it hard.
All
to
right.
This
see.
is turning it into a disaster of a review.
Yeah.
But what we're doing is we're not going to review episode by episode.
No.
Don't expect that. We're just reviewing this first episode and the potential of the series, and then we'll review the final episode. The final episode and the series as a whole. There is 10 episodes of this thing, and from what I gather here, they are going to be talking about where the Romulans are, how they have evolved. There's this subplot of synthetics. Are they people? Do they have rights?
Oh, I played
thought
Fallout 4.
I thought this was resolved already in the Next Generation, but apparently not. And humanity's now racist against synthetics, I guess,
Yeah.
because 92,000 people died on Mars. But do you know how many people were on fucking Romulus?
900 million.
like, it just doesn't seem right that they would be like, fuck 900 million, let's whatever. Anyways, I've got problems with the premise.
Yeah.
I've got problems with the action. You've got this girl who does this fight scene, and it's kind of fucking dumb. She does this Superman jump that looks fucking awful.
Oh, when
TV
she
budget.
jumps like up, like there's
Yeah.
like 50, 60 stairs. She
It's
just
Neil
jumps up.
Breen graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was-
And I'm not going to say any spoilers because we're going to talk in the spoiler section, but they're trying to capture her, right? They're like fucking teleporting in, and then they start punching and shooting. It's like,
They beam them
why
out
don't
and
you
in and stuff.
fucking just grab her and then fucking beam out? Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
Or set
You
your
wouldn't
phaser to
have
stun.
Or
9
set
more
your-
episodes.
Or set your phasers to stun instead of using motorcycle ninja kung fu in your
Yeah,
cheap
I don't
costumes.
fucking know.
Then there's this Picard goes to this Dr. Agnes character, and I could tell she's going to be a reoccurring character.
Well, we
She-
know, we see-
She
we
laughs
saw her.
straight at Picard, and I just didn't like her. And she explains more of the android stuff. We see B4 stored away. I'm like, oh, are we going to
You know what that is.
reassemble B4? That would be fucking cool. But I don't know why he wasn't allowed to continue in life. I guess because everybody's the rogue synths made everybody racist against rogues, so they had to shut him down. Like, what the fuck? So you have this thing where Data's
You're
on
confused.
trial and he earns his sentience, but B4 doesn't earn his sentience because he's
not as-
dumber than
he's
Data.
not as advanced,
Fuck
yeah.
that. No, that's fucking what?
Justice
Stop shitting
for
on the lore.
B4.
All right, and they do this thing where it's like you could clone androids' codes and memories, and it could be reconstructed from a single positronic neuron. I had to write that down because it was, the technobabble. I love technobabble. I'm glad it's back, but I bet you that's planting a seed for maybe bringing
All you
Data
need is
back.
that
or
Audi
It was
logo.
also real stupid.
Anyways,
Right? That Audi logo. That's all you needed.
Oh well, yeah, it's just 2 circles.
Ah.
It's hard to judge how good it's going to be because we've only seen 1 episode, right?
and the episode was relatively short. Like, this needed the premiere of Star Trek Discovery, where there was 2 episodes, and it felt like one movie. This one is like less than 45 minutes, and I mean that's like Mandalorian shit. Mandalorian's a little less than that, but
yeah.
it's like there's a lot to get across here, and so from 1 episode, I'm mixed.
I'm definitely mixed. I want to see where they're going before. It's hard to judge it because we don't know where they're going. We just know that they've started, and we don't know the trajectory. Like how much of it's going to be this stupid infiltration thing that I don't think anyone really wants to see. I mean, just watch Firefly if that's what you want to watch. But that's not what I'm here for. So I want to see where they go with it, and if it goes somewhere, I'm willing and I'm open. But I don't know. If you didn't have CBS All Access, I probably wouldn't be watching it.
Wow, Joe.
I'll leave it.
Okay, let's go. Final verdicts for episode 1.
Out of 10?
Yeah, Alex.
Oh, on the Star Trek scale or on the TV scale?
Oh, shit. You're gonna have to fucking meld those together.
I'm gonna give this a 7, and it is a 7 with the triple asterisk because we have no fucking idea because this is no longer each individual episode stands on its own. This is a part of a huge 10 episode season, so it shows promise, and I'm hoping it continue. It just refines its stuff and it goes in a way that we like.
Okay, a 7 from a Star Trek fan. Joe, not a Star Trek fan,
A
watched the very
cinco.
same thing.
It's an average thing. It just
Woo!
looks like run of the mill, one of these action
Cinco.
TV shows.
5.
Yeah.
But it obviously relies on a
It
lot
was
of
better
nostalgia.
than Titans, though. It was better than
The
Titans.
first one. But like I said, it relies on
DC.
nostalgia.
Oh,
Just,
yeah, it
this
hit
is
me
cool,
hard with
this
the
is
nostalgia.
cool. But for me,
the
I'm just
nostalgia
like,
doesn't
all right.
hit him,
No,
so-
so I'm just like, well,
and he's
that,
lost, so
that
I
I
can
was like-
see how that deducts
yeah.
another 2 points.
the fighting was dumb. I was like, well, I kept asking questions, which probably pissing you guys off.
Well,
I
they
just
pull
skip
out
it.
knives.
I
They-
just skip it.
They've got like full on like Halo blasters and shit, and then one guy pulls out like a Bowie knife. And you're
Yeah,
like, what
I was
is
like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Now, don't get pissed off, but and fuck the internet. But from what when me and Joe watched Star Trek Discovery and me and Joe watched Picard, there's a difference. Joe is more into.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
not
like,
going to
all right,
speak for you.
that's
Were you
cool.
more into
Yeah.
Discovery, parts of
I was like,
Discovery
all right,
than you were this?
I could see why you guys like it. Maybe I'll watch some of the other stuff. But this, I was just like,
But it's like literally picking up in the third act of a movie that Joe hasn't seen the first 2 acts to, kind
Yeah.
of thing. So I understand. 5 out of 10. Ouchies. I can totally see giving it and I'm a Star Trek fan. I'm a huge Patrick Stewart fan, but even I am, bouncing between a 6 and a 7. I think I'm going to land on a 7. And that's not necessarily a good thing because it's like you would think that the first episode would come out fucking hard and swinging like Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Discovery is like fucking go and shit and then interesting character like and it's all new and they could kind of do whatever the fuck they want. It's just the main character, Michael
Fell
is
flat.
It's like, Dad, I don't really want to follow her. I like everything around her basically, right? And Star Trek Picard is the opposite. It's like everything around Picard. I'm like, but I love Picard, right? So it's difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end out at a 7 out of 10. I'm worried about the future of the series. I want this to, by the next episode when we see you guys here in 10, 11 weeks, I want to say that it was totally worth it. Despite a weak opening, I really did enjoy it by the end, and hopefully I'll have my outfit.
But you know what we're probably going to end up saying?
What?
We should have just watched TNG again because it's totally worth rewatching.
Well, here's the thing. It's already got a second season, and I'm like, I was
Titans
on board.
has a second season.
I was on board for a limited series, right? And so I'm thinking that this can only possibly go 3 seasons. Don't ever stretch it past 3 seasons. You told us it was going to be a limited thing. Fucking hold to your word and do a limited thing. Unless you're going to put him in a fucking TNG uniform and start going out and doing individual serialized, episodes and exploring the galaxy again. I'm on board for that if you want to go beyond. Otherwise,
just DH
wrap
everybody
it up.
and just we'll go back.
Wrap it up. And how is this going to end? How are you going to end the legacy of my favorite captain? I am really fucking worried and scared. Worried and scared before it premiered. Worried and scared after it premiered. All right, guys. That's it for our non-spoiler review. Stick around. We'll talk about some of the massive reveals. There's a massive reveal with this new character, this female character who seeks Picard's help, and I want to talk about the implications there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Number 1.
Yes.
Please tell us, who is this new character?
We don't know.
Yes, we do.
It could be.
Okay,
it could
there's
be.
two. There's two possible
daughter.
explanations.
It could be Data's daughter, but not actually Data's daughter because Data's daughter died and had like a meltdown in the original TNG. But it could
Data
be
actually built his own daughter, Lol.
I didn't even know they could. Oh, okay. Built.
he built, and then
Built. I didn't know they could have sex.
No,
I was like,
Johnny.
Well, they can. They can have sex. Actually, was it the
Atomically
pilot?
correct.
Yeah. And so he's
Tasha.
yes.
Even.
So he.
Or Yar, yeah.
Yar,
can-
Tasha,
Okay.
Yeah. And he definitely got
Man.
down. So
Anyways.
he also had a girlfriend in one episode, which was super
Just
weird.
had a kitty.
Yeah, kitty.
Anyway.
All right. So anyway, they could have found a single.
You need to watch TNG.
It's
Joe.
so
great.
good. Would you call it a positronic neuron?
Yeah,
where it's like
positronic neuron.
they found a brain cell.
Yeah, positronic brain. That's what these androids have.
Yeah, and so they found one of the cells, and then they're rebuilding his neural network out of this. And apparently, when you do it, it always turns out into twins, which I don't know how that makes sense.
Yeah, no, well, I don't know about that, Alex. I think you're confusing the two ideas. I had to watch it several times. That
They said it
doctor
makes
scene,
twins. They do it in
because they
pairs.
can't do it. They can't make data unless they have data. Okay, and they can't make him. They can't make a data from before because he's less advanced.
Yeah.
But Data was working with Bruce Maddox, this character that was even in TNG
Yeah, it was
for one
tiny, yeah.
episode and earned his sentience. But Data could have been like, fuck you, because he wanted to dismantle Data, Joe, and build an army of androids, right? But by the end of the episode, he exerts his rights as a sentient being, and Data could have been like, fuck you trying to kill me. But Data's like, you know what? Let's work together. Obviously we can, so he sends Data back and forth, Data from Data to Maddox in other episodes.
Confusion.
Little Easter eggs here and there. And so then they pick up on that. And I think that they were making androids over here. And then somehow they're obviously less advanced than Data, went rogue and did these sabotaged on Mars. Why? I don't fucking know. I think it was the faction of Romulans trying to attack, Starfleet. But
Space racists.
But it doesn't make sense because the Dominion War happened, and the Romulans were allies of the fucking Federation. I guess it was Cold War allies, like your enemy of your enemy is my enemy kind of thing, or the enemy of my enemy is my friend is you. I'll just simplify it. I'm overloading my positronic brain, Joe.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
those bad guys in the motorcycle
So
gear.
stupid.
Who are they? What were they called?
they were
again?
Romulans, Joe,
Romulans.
with
superpowers.
reptile acid spit.
Yeah, can they always do that? Or
No,
what?
no, he cracked. I watched that scene several times because I was like, "What the fuck? Romulans mated with xenomorphs? They can spit acid now?" No, he doesn't do it obvious. It's not like he's gonna show you the pill and then spit. So he bites down on something, spits at Deej, and this is the big
Then
reveal.
it explodes. Yeah.
Not Deej, Dodge, and he spits at her, and she's got a rifle. The rifle overloads and explodes, killing her. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, wow. All right. You surprised me, series.
Yeah, but now
I was like, all right, good. We got. I shouldn't say that, right? All right, good. The new character's dead. We focus on Picard. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
Let's do some investigations, some Batman shit. Let's go out into space, fucking get these motherfuckers. But then they pull one of those most obvious goddamn things. It's
there's
like,
always two.
she was a twin.
Because there's always twins.
You should still care about this other girl. I don't care.
No.
I didn't care about
That's
the
not-
Did
original.
that's
she
why
seem a
time.
little thirsty for that Romulan dude? She
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
like,
Oh, I got time.
just
Yeah,
like,
well,
whoa.
that's clearly going to be a storyline. So then you got a Romulan who comes in with a buck teeth and a lazy eye. I mean, I'm not sure if that's. I think that's prosthetics. If it's not, I apologize to the actor. I'm not trying to make fun of his appearance, but I thought that he's supposed to be looking kind of creepy, but no, she's like has the hots for him and everything. Because I think they're trying to set him up as a bad guy, or he's got some sort of motivation.
He's a spy.
He's like
He's
locked
got
in.
the bad guy vibe.
He's zero locked in on her quite a bit. Anyways, so the girl blows up. Patrick Stewart feels very bad because he was forming a connection with her, and surprisingly, they were doing it. It was well done because, I can believe Patrick says you're important to me because
In a way
my
that you don't
friendship-
understand,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you're the daughter of one of my best friends of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I believe that, and then she died. And so that's what's going to give him the drive to go out and figure out what the hell's going on. He owes it to her now. He owes it to Data's daughter. I'm like, all right, I guess that can motivate Picard. He's
After
sitting
that
on his vineyard.
explosion, man, I don't think so.
That should have killed Picard,
Oh, yeah.
honestly. Yeah, I mean, with how close he was and how old he is at this age. That
He's
ain't funny, Joe.
Picard.
Just saying.
They healed him.
He's
They
Picard.
used a sonic screwdriver, and they did it. They did it earlier.
Yeah,
So.
they get a new effect of its stitching, which I thought was cool because in the original it's just
That's where all of the budget for the episode
It's
went.
just a light in TNG, so they actually upgraded that stuff. Anyways, so Starfleet doesn't really seem like Starfleet. Yeah, there's some questionable, plot jumps. I thought that was a questionable one, that Starfleet's going to abandon, their rescue effort. And number two, that these ninja motorcycle guys have such cheap costumes, and they're somehow able to teleport in, but not teleport her out. This is fucking stupid. Unless, there was another scene that it's like they were not caught on camera. Are you sure you saw what you saw?
Everyone was cloaked.
Everyone was cloaked. So maybe it's not teleportation and it's cloaking. So when it goes, it's actually
they were clearly cloaking in
They're
and out.
decloaking, and they were there physically the whole time. Because I'm like, how the fuck are you getting through Starfleet security? Like, you're literally at one of their most secure locations, and you're telling me Romulans are fucking teleporting in and fighting.
She knew they were there. She sensed them.
Yeah, but she's like a super data or something.
She's a hacker. She can hear everyone's thoughts like up to a
Well,
mile
they do.
away.
They do several, callbacks.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Whenever I first saw him, I was like, "Oh, is that a Vulcan?" But I didn't say it because I thought you guys were gonna yell at me.
Well, she goes real fast on the
Okay,
computer like Data, and so I guess we got Data's daughter, and I think it's a daughter by way of somebody took Data's positronic brain, made these synthetics and are using them as a plot against Starfleet. I don't understand.
It's always
how
a
this
plot.
fits in.
Well, that's what
Then we get a reveal at the end. The huge Borg cube. It's like this is where a faction of Romulans are now living. They got no fucking planet, so I guess they're living over here on this Borg cube, or it's just one of their outposts or something. I don't know. We have no idea what's going on with the Borg cube, but maybe that factors into, or
maybe it's a medical thing, because he said that all you do is fix people all day long. So maybe that's like a medical.
I'm intrigued. I will say I'm intrigued. I want to see where they go with the Borg, with 7 of 9.
Why is there a chalkboard in a Borg cube? I want to know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cheap Borg.
Yeah. Hey man, they're running low on resources. All right.
Yeah, dry erase markers haven't been invented yet.
But her phone though.
Oh yeah.
Lots of cool little things. He at some point, in discovering that she's the daughter of Data, Picard goes to the archives. There's like an AI that's kind of like the doctor, an index, librarian. Goes to his effects. He's got a little vault there with his mementos. He's got the little stargazer, which
Picard
he captained. There's another ship. I didn't know what it was at first. It's actually the yacht that's on the Enterprise E, I think. So a little captain's yacht model. The Enterprise E is in the corner. But anyway, he finds a painting that Data was painting, and he looks at the face, and it looks exactly like the girl that came for his help. And it's like, how did Data know exactly what his daughter is going to look like 30 years into the future, and then also create LOL?
It was just a computer-generated face, and then they took the computer-generated face and then made an actual face out of it.
Okay, that's how it's going to be.
Nah, I don't know.
All right. So some mystery is set up. We're very concerned. Are they going to pay respects? Is it going to work out in the end, or is it going to turn into this action sort of schlock like Star Trek Discovery? I don't think so. I think Star Trek Discovery has cornered the market on, massive action in the Star Trek universe, and I was hoping that Star Trek Picard would be that diplomatic, that talking, that dialogue scene, and it does have that, but I guess they just feel the need to put in that Discovery-like action, and it just doesn't really work. The action doesn't really work here.
Not yet.
I mean, for God's sake, I saw Picard, holding a sword and like he was going to do some fencing. I'm like, oh, I don't know how that's going to work out. We shall see. All right, guys. That's it. I did see a season 1 little preview. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about what, some of this. I saw the synthetics, so we will see some Datas, but they're not going to be as advanced as Data because I saw their yellow eyes, so that's going to be a plot.
Mm-hmm.
I saw his crew that he picks up
Vulcan
along the
Samurai.
way.
What? Oh, yeah, there's a Vulcan Samurai. I hope that guy's going to be the coolest guy. If he turns out to come out flat, I'm going to be like, oh, that's...
I'm getting the same vibes that he was.
You're like,
the whole Firefly.
Oh, yeah, it's just... where they've got
no
the
samurai in Firefly.
Well,
no, but it's like the ragtag group of people,
Okay.
and then we've got the ship, and we're going to go... Because they're breaking the law, they're probably going to have to go around Starfleet, and so... I don't know.
He gets pissed at Starfleet. And then we saw number 1 comes back. Oh, we forgot to talk about number 1 is his dog.
Yeah.
He named his dog after number 1.
Hey, look, that's a good looking dog.
Yeah. It's not an insult. It's a loving thing. Because he's going to visit with number 1 later. We're going to see, we're even going to see the counselor. It looks like they did marry. Troy married, maybe. Not married.
That was
they
in
did
Nemesis, right?
Yeah, they had 2 marriages. We only saw 1 because the other marriage is they were completely naked. That's their tradition, Joe. Don't make fun of it.
Okay.
More Star Trek lore for you. Anyways, yeah. Picard.
Is William Shatner gonna pop in?
No,
he
you
ever
can't.
Joe,
bring
you
the
haven't
Shat
seen
back.
Generations. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Joe is fucking lost. Me and Alex are fucking worried. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you on episode 10 review and a season 1 review of Star Trek Picard. Bye, guys. Bye.